J. Anthony Graves from Chicago, Illinois, East Side to be specific. Down here to sell some books in Atlanta, Georgia with UBAWA. I've lived some everywhere. I've lived in Houston. I've lived a couple of places. I started writing because I used to rap, and after I stopped rapping, I just had so many ideas still going through my mind, and I needed an outlet. And I decided, I'm an avid reader. I've been an avid reader all my life. So I decided to try my hand at writing books and found out it's what I love. My first book is Dead End. It's the story of Legend, who's a college student going to school to be a lawyer. His best friend Black. When Black goes to jail in Legend's freshman year, Legend excels in school. Once Black gets out of jail, he goes down to Legend's school, ends up getting him kicked out of school. They come back to Chicago and try to get their piece of the American dream legally and illegally. Question is, at the same time, Legend is trying to continue on his relationship with his high school girlfriend, Imani, who's upset at him for dropping out of college. And everything keeps leading them to a dead end. So the question is, will they reach their dreams, or will it lead to an eventual dead end as usual? Well, I wrote my book to not only educate, but to get people to realize that there are other things that they have to maintain to keep their focus in order to succeed. And that, you know, the fast money looks good, but at the end of the day, it does lead to a dead end usually. My mantra is to raise the literacy rate one book at a time. So that's why I write, because I want my people to read. And that's why I started out writing urban lit, because I'm giving them their dessert, so that once they become a fan of mine, when I start writing some heavier, weightier material and give them their steak and potatoes, they'll gladly eat it because they're already a fan of mine because of the good dessert I gave them already. People who are fans of Dead End become fans of Dead End 2, but everyone's mad at me because I haven't brought out Dead End 3 yet. The first book came out in 2010, Dead End 2 came out in 2012, Dead End 3 will be out in February of 2014, and I also have a book of short stories called SAT, Short Attention Theater, that will be out in November. SAT came about because a lot of my friends, college educated, when they bought my first book, didn't read it. And when I asked them why they didn't read it, they went on the list: job, school, family responsibilities. So I realized we live in a microwave society where everybody wants instant gratification. So I decided to write 30 short stories, all balancing in at around 1,500 words. And a normal person can read 1,500 word story in 30 minutes. So if you read a story, spend 30 minutes of each day for 30 days, at the end of a month, you'll be to read your book. So I will have achieved my goal. SAT is not urban, it's more mainstream, it's more contemporary. Some stories are gonna make you laugh, some are gonna make you cry, some are gonna, you know, just give you life lessons. Initially I planned on not even writing any more urban books after Dead End 3. But my fans told me that they would hate me for it if I did that, because I do write good urban stories and they give them something that they can relate to. So I'm going to continue to write the urban stories, but I am going to write the heavier material also. I'm working on SAT right now, and I'm working on Dead End 3. I've also, since Thanksgiving, I've written 4 screenplays, 3 treatments for reality shows. My friends Cootie and Chike just did the 30 for 30 for Ben Wilson on ESPN. People have been clamoring for them to do a movie about it since then. So I wrote the screenplay for that. Also wrote a screenplay about a couple of major drug dealers. Also wrote a screenplay to Dead End. I've also written 4 episodes to a Wire type series, but based in Chicago instead of Baltimore like The Wire was. And a couple of, like I said, reality shows, about sports reality shows that I've written. Yeah, so I'm not into like the Housewives, and you know, I think I'm not knocking how they get their money, but I think it's kind of sending the wrong message to the kids. Like, I don't allow my 8-year-old daughter to watch that, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want her thinking that if you're ignorant, you can get you a television show. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think that, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not knocking anybody how they get their money. When the cheers disappear, and it's talking about athletes, once they stop playing, some of them go on to continue to be famous and continue to make money, but a lot of them make bad decisions while they're playing sports, and they go broke. So it's kind of a guidebook to how not to do it, and to kind of show these kids that it's not what you think it is, because they look at TV and they think, I can be a rapper, I can be rich, I can grow up play basketball and be rich, but that's not the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? You got probably 12 basketball teams with 12 players on each one, so that's 144 jobs they got. That's it. You got 144 kids in one block trying to go to the league. And the reality of it is you're not gonna go probably. So use that, get you a free ride to school, but realize that you're gonna have to have something to fall back on if you don't make. I'm working actually right now, we're shooting a couple of independent short films, but the thing is that it's only so far that can go without that machine behind you. Just like with these books, it's only so far I've been able to go without that machine behind me because it's only so much money that as an individual that I have, you know. And so, you know, I try to do as many events as I can, get my name out here, meet the people, but it's only so far that I can go with. This all boils down to marketing and promotion. And you need a lot of money for proper marketing and promotion. I do as much as I can with social media, you know, sending out, you know, like I say, coming to events like this, flying down to Atlanta to be a part of this book fair. You know, I got another event coming up in Houston. You know, I try to travel as much as I can. You can get in contact with me at my website, J. Anthony Graves, the letter J, anthonygraves.com. You can get in touch with me at Twitter, same thing, J. Anthony Graves. And on Facebook as well, J. Anthony Graves. Read, please. If not my books, read somebody's books, but just read. You know, I really think people need to read more. You know, that's one thing that's lacking in our community.